Hello everyone, I'm Eco Chef Tom Hunt, and today I'm cooking you a recipe from my cookbook, Eating for Pleasure, People and Planet, which we'll be having for lunch. So I'm making a twist on Venezuelan corn cakes, which are also known as arepas, with pulled king oyster mushrooms. So today I'm going to do a plain arepa, which is one of my favorite ways to eat corn. It's a kind of famous Venezuelan street food snack. It's like a thick, kind of chunky tortilla which you pack full of ingredients and chomp on like a sandwich. It's totally divine and very, very quick and easy to make, which is why we're having it for lunch today. But instead of pulled king oyster mushrooms like I've got in my book, I'm going to be making a barbecue sauce and adding another meat substitute, which is banana blossom. How cool is that? It comes in a can and it tastes fairly neutral, and but is kind of has that good, interesting, meaty texture and bite to it, which I miss so much from being vegetarian. So once that's all combined, what we want is a kind of moist but not sticky dough. And then what we'll be able to do is easily shape it into our arepas or corn cakes. Actually, I should show you the texture. It's kind of...
Look out, baby, on your feet.
Oh, baby on my feet. Say hello, Lyra. Hello, Mama. Hello, everyone. You want to cook with me today? Okay, so here I've got... I'm making a half batch of the recipe because there's just two of us eating. I'm sure there'll be extra. I've got one onion which I've cooked down nice and slowly. That's got a good amount of colour on it, so it's nice and flavourful. And a couple of cloves of garlic in there as well. I haven't finely chopped them or anything. Now let's see if we can do this. I'm going to add some smoked paprika. You could use regular. I'm going to add about half a tablespoon. Again, quantities don't matter so much. It's all about the taste. Then I'm going to add blackstrap molasses. This is one of my favourite ingredients. It is basically all the good stuff that's extracted from processed sugar. So I'm going to add a tablespoon or two of that. There we go. And now the recipe calls for, I've got some miso as well. This is my own chickpea miso. If you'd like me to show you how to make this in a future video, please comment below. I'm going to add, this is kind of salty, amazing, dark. I made this 3 years ago, so it's got that kind of beautiful dark miso colour. In it goes. Now that's quite salty, so we don't need to add extra salt to this. Then I'm going to add some Rubies in the Rubble ketchup. Big shout out to Rubies in the Rubble. They're an amazing company that started out about 10 years or so ago when I was setting up the Forgotten Feast, and they are a zero waste company that save food that would have otherwise been wasted and turn it into amazing chutneys and tomato sauce and everything like that. Now, normally I would just add tomatoes to this, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use a bit of ketchup, which means it's going to be a little bit sweeter than usual. So I'm going to add about 50 ml of ketchup, but I love a nice sweet barbecue sauce anyway, so that's fine. I'm going to mix all this together. That looks so gooey and unctuous and delicious. And then I'm just going to pop that back on the heat and roll our arepas. You getting hungry, Lyra? So there's our barbecue sauce. Super simple, totally delicious. I would recommend making extra because it's so good you want to put it on everything. In here, I'm going to add our banana blossom, and then I'm going to give that a good stir when I've got two hands, because I think I'm going to need two hands for that. Cool, so I'm just going to let the arepa dough kind of sit for about another half an hour and rest. You can just make it instantly, but it's nicer just to let it rehydrate if you can and if you have time. So see you in a minute. To make our arepas, you take the dough, you can kind of, should pretty much be able to clean the bowl out. It should be quite dry and easy to work with. And then I'm going to split this into 4 big arepas. So roughly kind of even sized balls. And I'm going to roll them into a ball. Like that. There's one. Lyra's first word is kombu, our dog, which is very cute, but it's the only thing she says all day long. There she is.
Hey, you two.
Just squash them into little corn cakes about 1 to 2 centimeters thick. And then I'm going to just make sure they're nice and rounded on the edges. Like that. Okay, so when they're done, we'll put them into the pan and place a lid on top and cook them for 7 minutes before turning them and removing the lid. Okay, so the arepas, oh Lyra, the arepas have been cooking for 7 minutes with a lid on. I'm just going to turn them over. You can see they've gained some nice colour and they are starting to puff up slightly. So now I'm going to put them back on the heat with a lid for another few minutes, and then after about 5 or 6 they're ready to roll. Okay, so our arepas are now cooked and beautifully golden. Look at those. Aren't they delicious? They're like, if you like tacos, these are like massive, chunky, delicious tacos. Okay, and here's our banana blossom in barbecue sauce. Check that out. Isn't it incredibly delicious? And it looks exactly like pulled pork. Okay, so let's make one of these up and maybe even taste it. Okay, so super simple. We're just going to cut open like a little pocket and then pop inside some of this sauce, and then that is literally it. Delicious. Oh my, I can't wait to eat this. And there we have my Venezuelan style arepas with pulled banana blossom in barbecue sauce. Thanks for watching.